Gaining access to the air cleaner, you will need to remove the seat you will need to undo the wing nut at the back of the air filter. Once loosened, pop the air filter off. You want to rotate the air filter just a little bit and turn sideways and remove. Reinstalling your air filter, take note to the tab. This is the top. The flat side of the air filter goes towards the right side of the motorcycle. Make sure the flat side is to the right and back. Slowly work the air filter back into the air box. Make sure our tab lines up to the top. And install our wing nut. Lubing our throttle cable. Lubing the throttle cable is the same procedure for lubing your brake cable and your clutch cable. So we're just going to show you one. If you have a protective cover over your throttle assembly, you need to remove it so you can gain access to the screws. Simply peel back your cover, and there'll be some Phillips head screws in the top of the assembly. Simply just remove the screws. This particular one has 2 screws, and what I'm undoing is just the actual pulley cover in the throttle assembly, which is usually a small cover, and on the back side is a pulley. This transfers the cable going in from the side to a 90-degree turn and down to the throttle assembly. After we've got our cover and our pulley off, we can remove our throttle cable from our throttle assembly. We can undo our cable adjuster, which will allow the whole cable to come out of the throttle assembly. A good way to lube your cables is with a cable luber. This little contraption just clamps onto your cable, and you can squirt your cable lube from an aerosol can into your cable. On this particular model, we would need to expose just the cable and its housing. So we have to pull back the adjuster and install our cable luber. And then tighten it down. Sometimes you need 3 hands to get all this going. Your cable lube, or your penetrant, whatever you choose to use, you can install the plastic hose that comes with it and then finish tightening down your cable luber. And then just simply give it quite a few squirts of lube. And just actuate our cable. And now gravity's going to do the rest and allow the penetrant or your lube to work its way down the cable. Before reinstalling our cable, it's a good idea to clean out the insides of our throttle assembly. If you have some compressed air, you can also use the air to blow out any loose debris from inside your throttle assembly. I do not recommend lubing the throttle tube because the throttle tube attracts a lot of dirt, and with the lube in there it will attract even more dirt and cause the throttle assembly not to move freely at all. It can do more harm than good. Now we can reinstall our cable into our housing. Make sure our plate and our pulley is clean and free of any debris. You can apply a little bit of lube to your pulley. Make sure your cable is installed onto your throttle tube, and very carefully install the cover, making sure the cable is in the pulley groove. Before installing the screws, make sure your throttle assembly works. You just want to make sure that the screws are snug and not over tight, because they will cause the pulley to bind. Make sure our throttle moves freely. Reinstall our protective cover. Adjust our throttle free play. What you're looking for is about 1/4 inch of movement in your throttle assembly before it actually moves the cable. And just simply tighten down your adjuster.